Today we're going to do a gentle core activation class. Now don't let looks deceive you. This can be a hard class if you've got habits in your body. And we just want to go and fine tune that with gentle, mindful movements. So if you don't have a lot of energy today, this might be the perfect class just to get the energy flowing in your body, getting release of depressed energy and allowing vibrant energy back into your body. We're going to start by placing your hands in front of your heart and just take a nice deep inhale of gratitude, allowing and having time to invest in your body. So we breathe in and slowly exhale. You're going to place your hands on your knees with straight arms, squeezing down with both arms into your knees. And while we're doing that, think of putting a hanger in your top, and I need to go and hang it. So we are dissociating or pulling the vertebrae apart, elongating yourself up to the ceiling. And at the same time, you can think that you've got a wall behind you, so you need to stack your bloated vertebra also up against the wall, squeezing a little bit backwards, like feeling the feeling of doing a chin tuck. So just squeeze a little bit backwards and keeping that length. And while you're squeezing down underneath your armpits, imagine you need to go and hold onto a paper. So pinch those papers underneath your armpits as much as you can. Now let's incorporate the breath with that. Inhale nice and deep. And breathe out. Check the state of your breath. Is it fast or slow? It all depends on the day you already had. If your breath is fast, you need to come down and calm it down. If we don't have a calm down breath, we can't color in the exercises as much because you're going too fast. And 90% of the population is hyperventilating. So this is your hour when you need to teach yourself to breathe calmly. So you should start to feel a little bit of a vibration working into your muscles already. Now we're going to release the one arm and take the other one up to the ceiling, bringing it next to your ear, but not too much that your shoulder starts to rise. So this can happen, and also a side bend can happen. So let's just fix that. You're squeezing the shoulder blade downwards, and then after that you see how close you can bring your arm next to your ear. And that is all done with the other arm still pressing down. Going up will be an inhale, and you exhale to go down and squeeze into both legs again. Change and inhale. Touch the outer colors of the rainbow as your arm traveling up. Shoulders out of the ear. You think of both sides equal. You might need to look down to your top and see which side has got more creases and go and fix that. While the other arm is still squeezing down, we're going to lower that arm as well. Let's do one more. We inhale because we're creating more space for the diaphragm to inhale a little bit more. And then we exhale to lower, to squeeze equally and reset the body in the center. To lift up the other arm. And we breathe out to squeeze again. While we're doing the squeeze down, let's roll the shoulders. Now remember, your head is up against the wall, imaginary wall behind you. Bring the shoulders upwards, taking it backwards, and go and squeeze the papers underneath your armpits, all while squeezing down on your knees. And exhale when you do the squeeze down. Inhale to go up and forward. Exhale, squeeze the papers underneath your armpits. 2 more. Your breath is your music. We can't stop before the music is over. So you have to keep on moving throughout, never ending. And we squeeze down. So going up with the arm again. We're going to go into a side bend this time. While we're squeezing down on the other on the knee, we're going to bend the elbow and reach over the rainbow on that side. Now your elbow might rest on your knee, but what we want to achieve here is to get both bum bones equally on the ground. That will force you to go and squeeze the ribs more out on that side, creating a big curl there and taking these muscles on this side into a deeper contraction. And let's take it up to T, equaling with both sides and resetting the body in the center, squeezing down on both sides. And let's go again. Get your shoulder down, your head backwards, squeezing down on the other arm. And we're still inhaling, inhaling, inhaling. Work on both bum bones having equal weight, creating a big rainbow shape on that side while squeezing all you have on this side. And return with an exhale. One more on each side, and we inhale. Still inhaling, and keep on moving. Pop out those ribs on the side. And exhale to return. Reset in the center. Other side. Bend the elbow. You've got an earring on that's not allowed to touch your shoulder or your arm. And just be careful, a lot can happen when you try to reach too far forward. Your body turns down to the ground. Then you look like a weeping willow. We're sliding between two glass sheets and no point of your body is allowed to touch to break the glass. And we come back. You're going to place your hands like a diamond on the back. Squeeze the fingers together. And now you're just going to take your hands away from your body as far as you can. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Take the hands away from the body. The more you do that, the body wants to cheat this way. So how we're going to make it challenging is the further you take your hands away from your body, the more you have to shine your chest light up to the ceiling, as if you want to do a back extension with your back. So we're going to exhale to do that lift in 2 different directions, and inhale, bring it back. Your fingers are squeezing very hard against each other. Exhale and work the 2 contractions against each other, chest up and arms backwards. And inhale to release. And exhale, take it up. Think of squeezing your shoulder blades together over there. And bring it back. Let's do 2 more. Exhale. Keep on moving. And the last one. Now interlace your fingers behind your back, or just hold on to one wrist. Relax your arms behind your back, and we're going to drop the shoulder to one side. Still trying to keep both your sides equal. So think of ice cream sticks, and you don't want to go and break the ice cream stick as you drop your head to the side. We're just going to drop the ear to the shoulder, keeping your face facing forward. You're sitting up as tall as you possibly can. And if this is starting to get uncomfortable, grab a few pillows or even do it on a chair. Then drop the chin down through the center while we're trying to keep a long spine. So another cue for this one is the chest up to the ceiling. We want to shine the jewels you have around your neck and make an imprint on the ceiling while you're pulling your chin down. Let's go over to the other side. So the ear is reaching to your shoulder. You've got weight on both bum bones the same. Your ice cream sticks are the same. And your nose is facing forward. And let's come back to the center. Chin on the chest, while the chest is very proud. And we pick up the head over there. We're going to bend the legs and place the hands on the legs. And just find a comfortable position there with your spine. From here, we're going to curl the spine, going backwards. And you're hanging on your legs there. If your arms are too short, you're welcome to bring your legs a little bit closer. But you should feel a hanging sensation, opening up the shoulder blades at the back. Your chin is comfortably looking down on your thighs. And while we're over there, we're just going to do a tiny pelvic curl where you tilt the pelvis to put the next vertebra of your spine onto the ground, therefore moving up on your spine, and your pubic bone is starting to rise and moving closer to your belly button. When you do this, it's going to increase the curvature of your entire back. And now we're going to take the pubic bone down again, start to lengthen the spine, and then pull yourself up with your arms. It's like doing a bicep curl. When we're up here, just hold that position. So we want to reset or retune the shoulder blades over here. You're squeezing your knees into your chest. You're lengthening your elbows away from you. And think that your shoulder blades must be put in your jean pockets on your bum. Your head is still squeezing backwards for the long engaged spine. We just let the mind remember this feeling of a good shoulder position. We're going to curl again from the tailbone. The tailbone is going to come forward like a dog pulling in its tail. And with your breath, we're going to exhale, lengthen the arms away. Squeezing your chest further and further away from your legs while you're hanging there. And let's go pubic bone to belly button, pulling in, rounding out your spine as far as you can to bring it back down, and we pick up the body again. Dissociate your vertebrae, going to lengthen on the back of the spine. You've got the papers grabbing underneath your shoulders, your armpits, and you're holding on nice and tight. Now place the hands on the side of your knees while you're sitting tall. We're going to squeeze the knees into the hands without changing the shoulder position, without changing the weight placement of your bum, or without changing the shape of your spine. Nice big breaths. We're going to go backwards again. We breathe in. Exhale, start the pelvic curl going, reaching down, still squeezing inwards with your hands and outwards with your legs. And we lengthen the arms as far as we can, giving a good squeeze. We breathe in and let's come back up again. Growing as tall as you can, working to get the pubic bone down to lengthen your spine. Got long earrings on, get them away from your ears and go down again. You might feel a lot of shaking happening, and that's exactly what we need to go tune in the core again. So we've got straight arms. We're going to work from here. We're going to take one arm up to the ceiling. And again, we don't want to get the ear close to the shoulder or a side bend because we're working only with one arm. And let's come back. squeezing, resetting your spine and your body in the center by squeezing both sides. Transfer over to the other side. Let's take the arm up. And slowly come down, still squeezing inwards. Reset and squeeze both sides. Let's do one more. Keep the roundness of your spine. Keep the squeeze on the one arm. And come back. So it's exhale to go up. And we breathe in to come back. Slowly start to bend your legs, your arms again. And we sit up nice and tall. You might start to feel it in your arms. We've been working with it for a while. Going back for the next step. Still squeezing outwards with your hands. Now we're going to place the hands on the thighs at the front. Keeping the roundness of your spine and give it a good squeeze there. You're going to feel a deeper engagement of your stomach muscles at this time. Anchoring your bum bones on the ground equally. Your shoulders are out of your ears and your elbows are squeezing outwards while you're gripping the paper underneath your armpits. Now, if you start to feel the hip flexors over here, it might be time for you to change position because we rather want to work your stomach than your hip flexors. Just a little bit of a weakness we can work on. You can sit up and cross legs again to continue. With the thighs up here, we're going to take the one arm up again. And now let's continue with a little bit more movement. We're going to open it to the side. This side arm is 160 degrees if you have to open both arms. It's not 180 because nothing happens in a straight line, right? Our shoulder blades are also naturally more rounded, so we're going to see 160 degrees there. If you go behind that, you can also start to rotate the body where we're going to work later. That is our focus, to keep the shoulders to the front, 160 with the arm, and squeeze into the leg over there. Bring it back forward. We're going to go inhale up, still inhaling to the side, and exhale, squeeze back. Now it's feather light going up, feather light going to the side. But coming to the front is like working through toffee. So make your arm very hard. Make it very active. Let it shake as you try to bring your arm back to the center. Let's do two more. Still inhaling. Sign of relief. Still inhaling. And now you've got all the exhale to bring that arm back to the center. Place both your hands on your legs again. Let's have a center reset. And extend the other arm. Go up to the ceiling, keep the roundness, try not to change that. Very light feather, touch the outer colors of the rainbow as you're opening. And let's work through the toffee coming back. Still squeezing on the other leg, lift it up. We're going to open it up and squeeze through the toffee. Let's do one more. And inhale, still inhaling, and breathe out through the center. Reset both sides. You're going to keep the roundness of your spine just to get your arms behind you. Place it on the ground, and there you can relax. Separate your legs as wide as you can, as wide as the mat or even wider. Just to go and drop one knee down in the center, wherever it stops. We don't want to do a full squeeze down where the body rotates, otherwise you're not going to feel the deepness of the stretch. You're going to keep both bum bones on the ground, both shoulders to the front, and your body will stop somewhere in the middle. Everybody's different, so don't do the same as everyone else. And we come back over to the other side. You've got a moment to think of, or just test your breath again. See if it's still calm. And we bring it back. Now we want to work with rotation. Now, if you've got the flexibility to have 2 straight legs in front of you, you're welcome to do that to work through this session. But if it's too hard, you're welcome to join me with cross legs. I'm going to face you. So we're going to have crossed arms in front of us. And imagine you've got a watch on, and we're going to turn the body for the watch to stay in front of the face. And that watch is just going to reach towards your knee with the rotation. That's the max. If you go beyond that, everything else will give or cheat. Then the core will not be in tune anymore. So we're going to go to the side. And think of a towel winding out. So we want to go and test that max as far as we can while we're keeping this hip on its place. Otherwise it will go with you. The 2 contractions you want to work with is squeezing that way with the arms and squeezing backwards with this hip. So winding out the towel, and we exhale and we squeeze and rotate. There are 2 hot plates underneath your bum. So you want to get away from it, growing 1 centimeter taller. That'll increase the activation in your spine. And let's come back to the center. Reset. Let's see how it goes on to the other side. So watch reaching to your knee, both bum bones flat on the ground. And I want to decapitate you, so we're going to lengthen the spine vertebrae out of each other to go and wind out that towel just a little bit more. And we come back to the center. Now with all the detail, let's get a bit of breath in. So it's exhale to twist. And inhale to bring it back. Exhale to twist. Remember, your breath is your music. You want to take every second. You want to make it count for every type of movement. And we come back. Take the arms into the T position, the 160 degrees. And I imagine your watch is again in front of your chest or your nose. So we're going to turn about 30-40 degrees. Hold it. Think of the hot plates underneath your bum. You want to grow a little bit longer before we return to center. Exhale, wind out your towel and let it go to the max. Growing taller and taller as you go. And bring it back to the center. Another thing you can think of is when you turn, it's like a cork climbing out of a bottle. It only goes up and return. Let's do 2 more. Exhale to twist. And inhale, center. Last one. Exhale to twist. And inhale, center. We're going to make it a little bit harder. So we're to the side. Take your arms up to the ceiling and imagine you've got a rope right above your head. You need to reach a little bit higher to go and touch that rope. You might feel the back activation over here. While we've got long earrings on, they're not allowed to touch the shoulders. So the length should happen in your spine, not in your shoulders. Opening it up, then 160 degrees again to bring it back to the center, over to the other side. And we reach and touch the outer colors of the rainbow to go and grab that rope right on top of our heads. Open it up, Touch the leprechaun and the gold pot. Reach your arms further and bring it back. Let's go over to the other side. And we twist. And take your arms up. Lengthen both sides. Going to open those arms for the last time. Bring it back. Other side. And up to the ceiling. Open your arms to 160 degrees. And we come back to the center.